Welcome back to One Punch Man Anime Review, special number 15. I was originally going to stop these, but I figured though, because new chapter came out, finally, so review it now. I was going to do Super next, but because I got this done first, I wanted to reread it just to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, so this is a review of the 108th chapter for the manga, which is basically Orochi versus Saitama. We have a great cover image of basically Hellish Buzzard, Silver Fang. I don't remember this other guy, but I know it's a friend of. I think it's supposed to be his brother. I don't remember the guy's name. Honestly, I don't. If anybody remembers who this guy's name is, because I honestly don't remember what this guy's name is at all, please tell me in the comments below. It's the guy standing. It's standing to Silver Fang's his right. Okay. Chapter starts off kind of where we left off, actually 2 chapters back, with Saitama confronting one of the monsters, a really big monster. Telling him, yeah, I'm someone who lives above ground and you're noisy, so I just came here to just basically beat you up. So the monster simply just attacks him. Saitama basically blocks like almost every hit attack him. Like, oh, you're attacking again, okay. He's like, there's a really weird glare, there's a monster runs away. He says, like, it's actually a dog. He says, but what have you done to Rover? I beat him up. You burned my cape. How dare you? Yeah, he's complaining about his cape being burnt. Okay. So he just talks for a little while to this monster. Actually, various monsters see this chapter. One with like many sharp teeth. Actually, it's the same monster. Like, he's a fight for so long. And he goes kind of like a humanish form in a way. Basically, himself legs and arms. Basically, kind of like a creature, kind of like a Hydra. It's an ultimate form. And he spills stuff as, nope, that's enough. On the contrary, I have no interest in you whatsoever. What are you getting all so excited for? I'm sorry, but I'm tired of hearing these self-introductions. Yeah, I'm sure for a lot of people that this probably is true because, yeah, sometimes self-introductions really go on a little too long, so this is probably the writer one poking fun at that. Yeah, because sometimes when we have introductions, you have these introductions like if you have they might take maybe about a good 10 minutes. So yeah. So he talks about ancient weapon. He's anything, and of course the creature attacks him. Saitama blocks it with his punch. Or basically destroys some of his Hydra heads. Yeah, it looks like freaking Hydra. It shoots like blast out of it. Saitama dodges. Then we see Atomic Knight, and we see 2 panels of Silver Fang and Hellish Buzzard, along with the other old man who I think is supposed to be Silver Fang's brother. And then we see the surface, or apparently, I'm not sure what city this is. This is one of the many cities shown in the series where it gets nearly flattened, and a subway tunnel, and a subway gets basically brought into this fight as well. Yep. Yeah, and then we see Saitama basically blast the creature right in the frickin' face, beats of the creature. So pounding him, and Saitama is able to basically crush all the heads of this Hydra thing, and apparently says, what was that? No punch. And the head just simply just falls down the chasm. Saitama just stands on like a cliffside thing. And it says, and the chapter ends with end. And Rover becomes the second monster after Burroughs to have survived the punch from Saitama. Yeah, this was a good chapter. I like this one because you have a chapter featuring Saitama. Because when he made his return, roughly a few chapters, at least 2 chapters ago, he wasn't seen in that chapter very much. Seen roughly about half the chapter. This one, you have the entire chapter focus on him, which you gotta give praise for because it had been such a long time since we had seen him. Because focus on a bunch of other heroes, and I have been wondering what the heck Saitama was up to for 13 straight chapters, like, yeah, and then all of a sudden he shows up 2 chapters back, and apparently he's been wandering the sewers the whole period to figure out, and it's really this chapter why he was doing that, because there was a bunch of noise happening, and he didn't like the fact. Apparently, he was down here to basically file a noise complaint, and I appreciate him poking fun of the long self introductions thing. Even a lot of the other series, this sometimes might be interesting, but over time it might get a little bit annoying. This is probably, like I said, what the writer one. That's what he calls himself, poking fun at that. Yes. Though he tends to poke fun at a lot of stuff in his series. Though it's not exactly like, in some spots it's not really noticeable. It's not like in the case, like I said there, with the whole thing of directions. That's poking fun at something. Yes. A lot of other time, like for example, when Sai first met Genos, his story was like really long and he got really bored really quickly. That's just his personality. He's basically got a short attention span. And him basically steaming like the way he does when he got a little bored like that. He's one of the few characters I've seen actually that's happened to him. This has also happened to Gon from Hunter x Hunter. And this happened to Asta from Black Clover. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's been like no other series I can think of. The only other series I can think of where Saitama was more interested to basically get down to fighting instead of just talking a lot is Luffy. Yeah, Luffy is another character that has done that. Though Luffy and Saitama have never met at all. And because of the fact that this chapter featured heavily Saitama, I'm going to give this chapter roughly 8 and 9.5 out of 10. It's a pretty damn good chapter. And the other reason why I give it 9.5, well, I was going to give it a 9, but because the fact it's getting a little bit better, the 9.5 is because Saitama's there and he's there for the entire chapter. And it looks like though we might get closer to seeing Hellish Buzzard reunited with Saitama. Yeah, I basically recently read through the entire webcomic. Good God, the artwork in this book is so bad. Though it has gotten a little bit better recently. Though the one thing that you gotta get praise for the creator one, who is the creator of One Punch Man. He's good at writing. He's not good at doing artwork. The only characters I can think of he does a really good job drawing is Saitama and Terrible Twister. Everyone else he just simply sucks at. The manga does a lot better job drawing these characters, make it look like actual human beings instead of just basically things looking like a page. No insult to the writer one. I mean, his stories are fantastic when it comes to this particular. And yes, I have heard of Mob Psychic 100. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on doing it along with watching the anime. That's something to be in the near future, probably after I finish up Case Closed and a few other series. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly it for this particular review. Next video definitely will be a review of the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super Dubbed. Okay? But see you next video. Bye.